I would like to conserve the first time shoulder dislocator, as would most of us. Thank you for the nod, sir. We'll go. It was not 8, it was 4. We'll go with that. So this is a 24-year-old person with a 1-week-old football injury. First time dislocator. Glenoid was 28 mm. The bone loss was 1.25 mm from what you had given me initially, which makes it 4% bone loss. Hill sacks is on track. So we again go through this, same pictures, and we go through this, same pictures, and you can very well see there is no glenoid bone loss here. Roshan sir, no bone loss. So before I wanted to say yes, Conserve, I went through studying this, and this is a consensus study by the Knee Circle of American Shoulder and Elbow Society surgeons. So the factors favoring non-operative management are an on-track Hill sacks. Glenoid bone loss more than 13.5 is not good, less than 13.5 is favorable for non-operative. First time dislocators, non-operative. Non-contact overhead athletes, non-operative. Non-dominant shoulder, over 25 years. Absence of apprehension, non-displaced GT fracture, and voluntary atraumatic dislocations all had good outcomes with non-operative management. Surgery was suggested when there is more than 13.5% glenoid bone loss, apprehension was present, generalized ligamentous laxity, off-track Hill sacks lesions, young athletes, military, overhead, and contact athletes. So they favored surgical management. Now coming to this case, this is 22-24-year-old, borderline, I will give it to Shiv, but still non-operative care is acceptable. Glenoid bone loss from the CT is, MRI sometimes can be a little misleading, but from the CT is only 1.25 mm of bone loss, which is less than 4%, which is far below the 13.5 threshold from this paper. It is an on-track Hill sacks. Football is a risk factor, but he's a recreational weekend warrior, so it's a moderate risk. I'll still give it to Shiv. But first-time dislocator strongly favors conservative approach. So another paper, a meta-analysis from the British Journal of Sports Medicine. What is important here is they looked into two things, of which one is of concern for us. Primary traumatic shoulder dislocation aimed at minimizing the risk of making it into a chronic instability. And the conclusion is the patients who were managed conservatively did not experience recurrent shoulder dislocations. So coming to the comparison from this particular paper, age, he wins. So 22-24 years is a moderate risk, less than 20 according to this paper is high risk, 20 to 30 is moderate, over 40 is low risk, he falls into moderate risk. Male sex predominance is not favorable, but there is still no consensus, so plus or minus there. Football, again recreational, plus or minus there. First time dislocation, in this meta-analysis, all the studies showed first time dislocation, conservative treatment is good. So glenoid bone loss again is minimal, so no surgery for him. It's an on-track Hill sacks, no surgery for him. And image, coming to imaging here, again if you see, this does not significantly give us a problem because this is a minimally displaced or non-displaced labral tear. And when this is conserved, they usually tend to heal. Okay. So Hill sacks again, nothing much to talk. It is an on-track Hill sacks, so low risk of instability. Now why I talked about an undisplaced labrum is to quote this paper, Edgeoito's paper, where a first-time dislocator, when given an external rotation brace for immobilization, does well. So they have an 18-year follow-up, but 26% on the ER group failed, which means 74% of these first-time dislocators did not have another episode of instability. What is more important is, both the groups, internal and external rotation, however you treat them, the people who did not have a recurrent episode had good functional outcomes as comparable to the operative people. So they didn't have apprehension, they didn't have a feel of instability in the shoulder, and they all went on to do everything. Again, to re-quote that from the same paper, among those who survived without surgical intervention, there was no significant differences in apprehension feeling, in return to sport, range of motion, or SANE score. So this patient will require a conservation with 1 to 3 weeks of immobilization based on pain, gradual range of movement and scapular stabilizers, followed by strengthening and proprioception training. Monitor for recurrence. All these patients should not go to premature sports, and follow-up imaging may be required. Consider surgery only if there is recurrence. So they have a high healing property. First time event in a compliant patient like this software engineer, they are excellent candidates for conservative management. Thank you.